Now, you did mention in terms of the Colts and, and let him see a few things and learn and things like that. The one thing I think they did a disservice with him was using the running game. I think they
Yeah.
honestly should have used the running game more to facilitate his growth in the offense. I think he'd be further along if they had done so, but it seemed like they tried to make him a pro style quarterback on top. And I'm like, Shane Steichen, come on, dog. I know what you want to do,
Yeah.
but you need to use this running game first. That's why I thought they made
Hmm.
a mistake. But you mentioned him earlier. You mentioned the tight end, Tyler Warren. Um, how big do you think he's going to be for this offense? Because I think he's going to be a big piece of this offense, bigger than what people think he's going to be. What are your thoughts
Yeah.
on him and his fit?
Man, I think you look at the begin that not even the beginning, but just the preseason game last week against Baltimore. They were getting him the ball. They were targeting him. Right. They had a legal man down the field penalty that called back a first down where they threw a tight end screen to him. Like he's really good with the football in his hands. He's a former high school quarterback. He's a good athlete. He's physical, but he's also nimble and agile enough to create with the ball in his hands. So I think he and I was texting one of my guys over there in Indianapolis. I said, if you guys are smart, he should be your leading target getter, in my opinion. I would honestly run the offense through him. I said because at the end of the day, when you look at any level of football, if you have a legitimate tight end, that's the biggest mismatch on the field. Because how do you match up with a legit 6'5", 6'6" athlete that's 250 pounds? Right? You can't put a small nickel corner on him. Yeah, he can. He may be able to stay in the hip pocket, but he's going to get pushed around when it's all said and done. He's going to get, bodied at the catch point or mossed at the catch point. Linebackers are typically shorter and not athletic enough or not, big enough to run with them either up the seam. And then safeties are also physically outmatched for the most part too. So I think Tyler Warren should be featured heavily in this offense. If he's not the number one target getter, he's got to be in that top three. I know they got Josh
Mhm.
Downs, who I think you get the ball to Josh Downs as well. This offense should be a whole total a polar opposite. Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde from last year. I want
Mhm.
AR taking less deep shots. I want to see him taking that 5 yard hitch route, that 7 yard in cut, like the flat route, different. Like let these guys make plays after the catch, and that's all about building your quarterback's confidence. So I think that's how I think Tyler Warren's going to help this team because he's a guy that can now their tight end room last year was just so unreliable to whereas I
Mhm.
think I'll go back to that Patriots game.